Break 'em.
Hey, what's up, 8th graders? So we just have a few questions that we're going to answer for you guys that we've also had throughout our 8th grade to 9th grade year. So we're going to start off by saying who we are.
So I'm Ashley.
I'm Luis.
I'm Selena.
I'm Chloe.
My name's Frank.
I'm Seth.
I'm Kiki.
And now we're going to answer some questions that you guys may have. Ashley, would you like to start us off?
Alright, so what are credits? So credits are basically classes that you need to graduate. So you need a certain amount of English classes, math classes, electives, and you need to pass those classes in order to graduate.
Okay, and then the next question is how do you earn them? So basically the way you earn a credit is by showing up to class prepared, being on time, and doing your work.
Alright, so the next question is what happens if you don't pass a class in 9th grade? If you don't pass a class, then you do have to make up that credit and you would have to do credit recovery.
Hey, if you come across a teacher you don't get along with, handle it professionally. You wouldn't get smart with your boss and you wouldn't ditch out on him. Trying to get that money, try to get those grades up.
Alright, and why are grades important? Grades are important because, for one, if you're in sports, you need eligibility to play, and you're gonna lose out on opportunities if you can't play. So,
And another reason grades are important is because grades do contribute to your GPA, and your grades also do go on your transcript. So later on in life when you're trying to get into colleges can see what classes you've had to make up, what classes you didn't do well in. So you want to make sure you really do well in all your classes and have good grades in all of them.
How do you handle classes you don't like? You're just gonna have to get through it. You're gonna have to just get through it. I don't know what to say.
You're gonna have to get through it, keep moving along, and even though you don't get along with that person, just try to find a way to meet them in the middle and create some type of way to get along with that teacher.
So you can pass your class.
And you're always going to find people you don't like, even out in the real world when you have to be on your own one day, and you're just going to have to learn how to deal with those people because you can't always avoid them. So
Alrighty, so we hope that all of those questions help you guys out, and we'll see you guys later.
Good luck and have a great year. You guys can do this.
I've been trying to get over you. Baby, you already know.
Hey guys, what's up? It's Kate. I'm a senior. These two are juniors. You want to present yourself?
I'm Ivan, Oscar.
We're here to give the upcoming 9th graders some advice on high school. So, Ivan, we're gonna start with you. How many credits do you need to graduate?
For all you freshmen, you guys need 23 credits. So make sure that when you guys start the freshman year, start strong. Don't forget you need 23.
And what is the easiest way to get good grades?
The easiest way to get good grades, what I think, in my opinion, is to show up to class, do your work. Just simple things. Just show up to class and do your work.
Yeah. Okay, one last question. How important is attendance?
Attendance is very important. They're actually making a new rule next year. If you get more than 300 absences, you're out of the school. So make sure you guys be here and show up every day.
Yeah. Okay, Oscar, ¿cuántos créditos necesitas para graduarte?
Para todos los freshmen, 23 créditos.
23 créditos.
23.
Okay. ¿Y cuál es la forma más fácil de conseguir calificaciones altas?
Pues nomás ir a clase, hacer tu trabajo, poner atención más que todo.
Okay. ¿Y qué tan importante es tu atendencia a las clases?
Muy importante porque si no vas, te va a afectar en tus grados y todo lo que vayas a hacer y todo. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So that's all we have for you guys.
Go Pirates.
Hi, my name's Kiki, and we're here to give you the top 10 tips of surviving your freshman year. So the first tip would be to stay off your phone and be engaged in class. You never want to miss anything that the teacher has to say. And another thing would be to keep moving in the hallways, because one thing that high schoolers hate is when people stop in the middle of the hallways. It stops the traffic. So keep moving along. Seth?
All right, I have a tip for you guys. It's first, be respectful, and the second one is go to class. You're not gonna like all your classes, but you're gonna have to do what you have to do to get your grades up, and then just be the best student you can.
Hey, this is Frank. I'm just saying, you gotta listen to your teachers and get involved.
What's up, guys? This is Darius. I would just say stay organized and don't disrespect your teachers.
Hey guys, so it's Selena. So another tip that we have is have school spirit. We love it when you guys have school spirit. It helps bring up the whole class, and it just makes everything a lot more funner. And then our next one is going to be is ask for help. So don't be ashamed to ask for help. Asking for help it's always the best thing you can do, because you always get like that extra help that you will need. And if you don't ask for help, you're just going to be stuck and you're not going to really do anything. So don't be afraid to ask for help.
Hey guys, it's Chloe. The next tip would be to be kind and have empathy. So just show respect to everyone and just be really nice and just treat people how you want to be treated.
What's up? It's Luis, and just don't remember to have fun in high school.
All right, guys, those are our tips for you. So I hope they were helpful, and have a great year.
Hi guys, my name is Kiki, and I'm here to answer some questions that you guys might have in your freshman year. These are some questions that I also had in my freshman year, so I figure it should be pretty comforting for you guys to hear these kinds of things before you guys officially get into 9th grade. So the first question is, if you can do one thing differently in your freshman year, what would it be? So if I could do one thing differently in my freshman year, I think I would just kind of stay out of the social circle. Meaning, like, it's good to have friends, you know, that's a healthy thing that everyone kind of goes through in life, but friends are not your top priority. You're at school to learn, you're at school, you know, to get an education, so your education should always come first. So whatever problems you have with your friends outside of class, leave them at the door of the classroom before you go in, so that you're able to fully learn and engage with whatever's going on in your class. You have your whole life to really make friends and, like, fit in with that kind of stuff, so you don't really want to worry about it too much in your freshman year, because your freshman year really does set you up for the rest of your high school career and whatever else you're going to have to do throughout your high school life. So I would say your freshman year, just focus on grades, focus on school, your education, and then you know, make friends along the way, but don't let those get in the way of what's important. So the next question I have is, what can you do in your freshman year to help you prepare for your future? So college, you know, jobs, if you want to go to the military, stuff like that. So one thing that I have to say that will really, really help you prepare in 9th grade is to pay attention to your due dates. That is really, really important, because when I was in my freshman year, I often forgot when things were due. So I either didn't turn them in or I would turn them in late, which really isn't good, you know, for grading wise and scoring wise. So you really want to do that. And one way you can keep track of your due dates and assignments and things like that is to use your planner. I don't think they still give them out, but if you need one, you can go to the counseling office to get one of those, so you can write down all of your due dates and assignments that you have due in the weeks upcoming, so you don't forget about those. Another thing you can do to prepare for your future is to communicate with your teachers. If you communicate with them enough, they will help you out with certain things you might be struggling with. But also, if you have any questions or concerns or things that you're just not quite understanding, communicating with your teachers will help them know what they can do to help you get better. So yeah, like I said, grades are really important. You want to write down your grades, and one thing that I would suggest is to write down the assignments that you're missing and keep track of those, so that, you know, it doesn't really slip your mind, because I know often that I'll have to make up an assignment, but I often forget about it because I don't write it down. So that's one thing that Another really great and useful tip for that is to keep track of your GPA. Your GPA is actually really important when it comes to things like colleges, because your colleges can look back on your transcripts and see what your GPA was like your freshman year, what kind of grades you got and stuff like that. So that's why those grades are really, really important, and your GPA is also really important, so that's one thing. But to prepare for college, one thing you can do is talk to your counselors. It's never too early to talk to your counselors about colleges. They can help you with early applications. They can give you preparation advice, further advice of things you can do so that you're more likely to get accepted into colleges. But, it's also good to ask them about your grades or your classes or extra things you can do to kind of give you a boost when it comes time to, actually apply for colleges and get into them and go to meetings and things like that. And also ask for your transcript. That's a big thing, so you can also keep track of that, just to always have that on hand. So now to get ready for jobs. Jobs actually are really easy to get. My first job I did get in my freshman year. I was 14, and the way I got that is I went to the counseling office and I got a worker's permit. It is really easy. You have to write down some basic information, and then your counselor signs it. Basically, it gives you the free will to work. I got my first job the summer after my freshman year. So there's a lot of places that will hire you with the work permit, and there's a lot of places that are willing to teach you and help you get better jobs and stuff like that. But one advice that I would have for you guys is to look for jobs with benefits. There are a lot of jobs with benefits school-wise that will help you with school when college comes, or that will help you with school hours, because if you're doing NHS and things like that, I'm pretty sure you have to have volunteer hours. So a lot of places where you work will actually help you with those. So you want to make sure that you look for jobs with benefits. Not all jobs will have them, but it's good to find the ones that do. But lastly, just apply. It doesn't hurt to apply. Sometimes you'll think, oh, I'm too young, or I'm going to apply, I'm not going to get it. It doesn't hurt to try. The more you apply, the more likely you are to get into different places. And I would apply to multiple places at once is a really good tip. So lastly, just for the military, if you guys are thinking about going into the military does have a lot of great benefits. My dad was actually in the military, and he said when you go to the military, they will pay for your school, your college after, which is a really good thing. So that's one reason you can. And not all of the military jobs are combat jobs. There are jobs of nursing, IT, technical people, things like that, where you don't have to be exactly on the field of those things. But if you are looking into those in the counseling hallway where the counseling office is, right across there is a big thing of pamphlets from the military that will kind of help you get into those. But if you have any further questions about any of the things that I have covered, make sure you talk to your counselors and just ask them about those things. Your counselors will really help you out. And any further questions, do not be afraid to ask. The last thing you want to do is be uninformed and confuse your freshman year, because coming into high school from middle school is already pretty scary and frightening. So you don't want to be left out of the loop. You want to make sure that you have all the information you need to get your year off to a good start. So that's all the tips I have for you, and just remember to stay up and stay positive and keep on top of your due dates, and everything will go as planned. So I'm really excited to see the upcoming freshmen, and I hope you guys have a great year.
All right, thank you guys for watching. That's all we have here for you, and hope you have a great end of the year, and can't wait to see you next year.
Passing up on my old ways, I can't blame you now.